That was just a check. Check, check, check. Good, good, good. Okay. Time to tweet this out. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Critical Tunes, where a nerdy-ass composer composes music for Geek and Sundry's D&D stream, Critical Role. Today we'll be dealing with Grog's theme. Grog is a Goliath barbarian, so being half giant, I'm gonna use a lot of Viking and Scandinavian themes, as well as, making it sound very warlike, very almost orc-like. So think Lord of the Rings, World of Warcraft, that kind of sounds are gonna go in, matched with some Vikings. Okay, so let's see here. I have OBS running. Good, great, awesome. So just to start off, I'm just gonna play what I got so far, and be sure to be active on chat. Tell me what you think. Holler at me, joke at me, about me, whatever. Because I'm going to be running a little bit of a contest for you guys. So just look out for that. But yeah, without further ado, what I have so far. Grog's theme. Rattling for now, but yeah, that's what I got so far. So we're just gonna go from there. This section is pretty much done. There are a couple of like ADR, that's additional dialogue recording stuff that I need to do, and that's mainly the you know, the I call it the herd. And for those of you who have been following my Critical Role music, this is Grog's theme is the most visual of all the themes. It has like a clear story that goes into it. It's basically the concept is Grog is leading the herd of storms. Stormer herds. Oh yeah, yeah. Is leading the herd of storms, and they're marching behind him. You know, I know it sounds like they're saying "Hurrah," but it's really they're actually repeating Grog. There's just so many voices that it just all sort of mashes together, and it sounds, you know, just like Hurrah. But yeah, so they're marching behind him, and right now we're building up to the centerpiece of the piece. And that's where the army, the herd has stopped. Oh, and they're marching into battle, by the way. But yeah, the herd has stopped. They're facing their enemies, staring them down, and they proceed to do like a Goliath haka. So for those of you who don't know, a haka is a Polynesian, Pacific Island war dance. Not necessarily a war dance, but it's their traditional form of song, and it's chanted. And I wrote a haka with Icelandic lyrics, so you know, it's like a Viking sort of war song, and it sort of venerates Grog and is supposed to instill fear in the enemies. And so we're gonna be working up to that. You'll probably hear a little bit of it. So you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just get started. Quick second here to check on chat. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want this ad playing. It's so weird every time, even when I dang, what's it called? Even when I go into my own channel and I'm live, it'll play a freaking it'll give me that freaking ad. Anyway, all right, let's go. So I'm just gonna play the last couple of seconds here, bars really. Okay. So I'm missing a little bit of ADR right here. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. It's not showing up on my monitor, but if you can't see a mouse, damn. But if you can, great. But right at bar 45, I'm missing some ADR. I'm actually thinking of making the leader, who at the very beginning is the one who shouted this command. For any of y'all who speak Icelandic, that's supposed to say Fyrirtæki Alpha, which is like all companies forward or all regiments forward. It's my own translation, so I don't know how correct it will be, but yeah. Anyway, let's see here. But yeah, the same leader, and he's not. I made the voice. That's me, by the way, doing most of this voice work. But the leader isn't. I didn't make him Grog. I didn't do this voice, right? Oh, companies forward. Like I made it more raspier, and the idea behind that is that it's just one of the generals, maybe like the Grog second in hand in the Herd of Storms. So yeah, right about bar 45 is when I'm going to what oh yeah, right, add a little bit of dialogue with the from the leader, and he's gonna say shield wall, but in Icelandic, so like it'll be Skeldval. And I'm not gonna record that right now because I'm using a mic for you guys. So yeah, it'll be he'll say scaled vowel right about beat 3 of bar 44, and then the about beat 4 of bar 44, the rest of the herd will be like scaled vowel. So I gotta add another like sort of shield foley right there. I spent like the last couple of days designing this little piece. At the very bottom, the one I just highlighted says Grog foley. I was designing that as it's the herd sort of banging on their shields with their swords and spears and whatnot, stomping their feet. So with a solo, this is what it sounds. Yeah. So this part right after the build up here is sort of just them stopping and halting in front of their enemies and just trying to rage in front of them and scare the living shit out of them. So yeah, I like that. And I gave myself a little bit of room here from like bar 49 to bar 56, just a little window for me to, if I wanted to add stuff. But I think I am sort of fine with it, with this dying down section only being like 4 bars, maybe 5. We'll see. But I'm just gonna go ahead and add the haka sounds, and just give me a quick darn second, because I gotta find it. So Logic, Grog, there we go. Grog haka. I don't even remember. There we go. That's the one. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I think you can, but and if you could, that yeah. This isn't the haka, the main part of the haka. It's just the leader and response, call and response part. And it's the same concept. The leader that you heard before, he's barking commands. Grog's just, in my head, Grog is just standing there looking just fly as fuck, just, you know, looking straight at the enemy. And then, you know, he's got like a shorter second in command, just walking back and forth, barking commands. And the rest of the herd are just responding to that. So, I don't know. Let's just, I'm just gonna play it. See how it turns out. I'm gonna lower the volume though, so yeah, I don't want it killing anyone's ears, especially mine. So. Great. I don't know why it ducked down a little bit there, but let me just. What is this? Oh, bus 1. Okay. I have no idea where bus 1 is. This is bus 1? Yeah, this is bus 1. So I need bus 9. I don't know why I did that voice. I need this on bus 9. Okay. Or not bus 9. Bus 15. And for those of you joining us for the first time, I am using Logic Pro X. And you can do similar stuff on Ableton or what's it called? FL Studio, stuff like that. And what I'm doing is called a bus. I think it's also called a bus in FL Studio. Don't know what it's called in Ableton. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm grouping, let's see. Okay, I'm grouping tracks together, certain tracks together. So all my like main percussion are grouped into one. My like sort of orchestral, more traditional auxiliary percussion grouped into another one, and stuff like that. So I got all my voices grouped into one. And what it basically does is when you group a bunch of tracks into one bus, you can add like overarching effects onto them. So if you want a certain group of tracks to have a certain type of reverb, you could do that. So yeah, that's just a little something about music production. Check my tweets because that seems to be more active than chat. Okay, a bunch of retweets. Yay, thank you. Okay, so that's nice. And I think this Haka intro, or at least recording that I have right now, is just gonna be a placeholder. Yeah, I think I'm gonna record right now. I have about 40 recordings of myself doing the part of the herd, and in the other part, where they're chanting Grog, I have about like 60 or 70 recordings of myself, plus some rage noises from some of you guys, some of y'all critters that have sent me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna re-record some of the Haka, add more voices, kill my voice a little bit more, but yeah, and it'll also mean I can make the herd seem bigger. So yeah, if any of y'all are also producers or composers, and you don't have a great turnout when you ask your friends and family to try to record like a choir or some vocal work, you can always record yourself. You just need to do it a lot of times. So yeah. And what was I doing? Oh, right. So I'm gonna let's do it again. I think I'm gonna give another bar between the throat singing. This isn't me, by the way. Thanks to DJ Griffin on freesounds.org. Yeah. If any of you are producers, go to freesounds.org. It's not the bestest quality of sound effects or Foley, but it's decent. There's some gems in there, and yeah, you can just mine it. Yeah, the Grog Foley, the sounds of them hitting their shields, that's all from there. You might need to get a little creative, get some unrelated sounds, and sort of shoehorn it in. That's what I did with this. It's actually like wood sticks bashing on each other. Some of them are actually like sword sounds, but yeah. So anyway, I think I'm gonna give it an extra bar, and I'm gonna give the main percussion like an extra, just to mark the beginning of the leader. Cue the leader, basically. Excuse me. So let's see what I'm gonna do here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it at this bar. So, we're gonna basically have the same thing. Oh, okay. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of back and forth. Yeah, that's just the life of a composer. Actually, I'm gonna delete that. Don't erase. Copy. Ugh, it didn't do the thing. Oh well. Yeah, a lot of times when you have automation, and this is called automation, by the way, that you're just making everything automatic. Well, not everything, but certain things like volume or panning. So whether it's coming out of the left or right headphone side, yeah, you can make those automatic, and it'll do it for you. It's sort of like having a mix board in front of you. And what I'm going to do here is make that flush. Bring this down. Okay, so what did I do? I do not need that. I really don't need that. I really don't need that. There we go. Okay. Oh, I want to do that anyway. Okay, that's fine. And I'm doing this just because I know this part's a little boring, but just because I want to highlight the last two. I want to do a so I gotta bump up the volume right here, but not too much. I don't want it just peeking out suddenly out of the texture. And I gotta, these can stay the same. Here we go. There we go. So I like that. I want this here, but I got to make the there we go. And I might need to highlight these last two beats so I can make them. And if it's too quiet, go ahead and tell me in chat or Twitter. If you guys are actually watching on Twitch and don't follow me on Twitter, it's my handle is @AidenChan, AIDENCHAN. So yeah, and go ahead and tell me if it's way too quiet. That way I can bump the volume so y'all can actually hear. Give me a quick dang second. I think it's 16th notes. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I can bump these up way a lot. Like a lot. Hey, there we go. A little loud, but I like that. Okay, that's better. What do I have going on here? Oh, right, okay. That's just the bass drum. These are my bass drums, so I'm also gonna put these around here. Yeah, copy. Yep, I thought so. Now, a lot of people will like leave automation, like sudden automation alone, like that, because you know it'll register before it even gets there. But just cause I want to avoid any sort of freak accident while I'm exporting this, I like to make everything smooth, as smooth as possible. Just, you know, as a fail-safe, and also, yeah, as a fail-safe. You could argue that it'll take a little bit more CPU, but my CPU is not clocking that much right now, so it can take it. Yeah, even though I have what, 84 tracks, and it's probably gonna grow a little bit, but yeah, you know, I have that going on. It's, yeah, I think I'll be okay for now. Hey, here we go. That's some bass. What did I want to do? and this is a clear and present problem when you're composing. A lot of times you're just gonna be so embroiled in doing certain things, you're gonna forget, like, what am I doing again? Especially when you're using native samples, which is what I'm doing, because I can't afford better samples, and you gotta doctor them a lot. A lot of times you're gonna get so embroiled in doctoring. After you're done with it, after you're happy with the sound, you'll come out of it being like, what am I composing in this part again? It's happened so many times, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I run into a lot of composer's blocks, and those are the result of me needing to doctor these, which is the one caveat, well, not caveat, but the one good thing to come out of needing to doctor my samples so much is, you know, I'm training my sound design chops. So yeah, but it'd be nice not to need to do that every time I start a new project. But yeah, I think I need to add a little bit more girth to the first two 16th notes. Yeah, so I'm just gonna these can go up. These can come down. This can come down too. It's still a little boom boom. It sounds a little too what's cowbelly. Speaking of which, I do have cowbell in this. It's hidden in there, but it's there. Let's see. That's good. That's good. That's good. You can still sort of pick out the higher and lower of the two 16th notes, but it's got like some zhizh, some panache, some pop in the drums. Okay. Since chat's a little quiet, I'm gonna think I'm going to just monitor my Twitter. I cannot word today. Monitor my Twitter. So, well, there's a bit going on. We'll start with most recent now. So thank you. What are you called? At BeatStars, for liking my announcement tweet that I'm doing a stream right now. Thank you. So let's see. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm messing around with the automation with the Foley, the shield bashing Foley, and what I'm doing is I'm giving it a bit of an attack, not too much. I don't want it to go. I don't want to have a K. What at least classical musicians would call a K sound, like a K, and you know the sound continuing on after that. I want to give it a wah, but at the same time, I don't want it to be overpowering, which is what I feel this is doing right now. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of a hill in terms of volume. So it will go like wah, and then stay at a little lower level. So it'll still be there, but it won't like take the limelight away from what I have, all the other instruments. So what I'm gonna do is still taking a little long, so I'm gonna do that and come way down, like I'm almost immediately after. I like that, but it still needs to happen a little quicker. So we're just gonna do this. That's nice. Also, another reason why you wanna give sort of I would call this ambience Foley. Another reason why you want to give it a little bit more presence as it comes in is just so it sort of peeks through and it'll already be in your listener, your audience's mind, so they don't need to like search for it, but since it's already on their mind, you don't need to keep it that overpowering. You can bring it down and it'll still be playing in their head. Because the human body is an awesome machine, but it also makes mistakes, and as artists, it's your job to exploit that. So I'm just gonna bring it down even more, and I'm gonna make this hill as smooth as possible, but also as large as I can get it to be, just to achieve the effects that I want to. Alright, let's see. That's a little much. Alright, so we can bring all this back down a little. Actually, I can give it a bit more tack. And when you're designing Foley, sometimes it won't work. It'll work on its own, but it won't work in the mix. And right now, I'm getting way too much. Highs. I'm getting way too much of that wood hitting on wood sound, like, and because it's blending in with my other percussion, all the lower frequencies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mess around with the equalizer, the EQ, over here on the left. And I'm going to bump down the higher frequencies, or really it's the mid-high frequencies that we're hearing a lot of right now. I'm going to bump those down, bump up some of the mid-low frequencies so you can hear a little bit more, a more uniform sound, even though it's not really that uniform when you think about it. But yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. I've got an analyzer on, and you always want to have an analyzer on so you can tell what frequencies you have going on. I don't need all these low stuff. A lot of times your volume will overload, and you won't know why, because you will have frequencies that you don't need going on, and it sort of takes up space. We call it head space. So I'm just going to get rid of some of these lower frequencies. And as you can see, even while I'm dragging this across, you don't hear that much difference in the sound. That's because all those frequencies aren't really needed. Okay, so what we want to do is, oh, that's way too much. I'm going to change the quotient, or quotient. Let's say about 2. Quotient is just, so all these curves, right? If you paid attention in high school math or even college math, it's all they got equations to go with them, and your quotient is just, or quotient is just the deciding number. It's hard to explain. It's sort of like, see, math is useful if you're a musician. It's sort of the one number you can change in the equation that will change the curve's sort of shape, how wide or how narrow it is. You dragging this up and down will obviously change another part of the equation, but it doesn't really matter in terms of the shape of the graph. What you're doing with the quotient is just the width, and that's how many frequencies you're gonna be dealing with. So if I do, say, 9, I'm only gonna be dealing with this many frequencies. But if I have a lower number, I'm gonna be dealing with a lot more. See, I'm dealing with all this from 200 all the way to 20K. So, but I don't want that much. So I'm just gonna do like a nice old 1. And actually not have it come down that much. And actually I might have it, yeah. And I'm gonna move it around, and And the thing about equalizer, messing around with equalizers, is that you want to go to the extreme and see what you're missing. That's just a tip I learned from one of my professors who, you know, makes electronic music as well. But yeah, you just want to see what you're missing, and if it's the thing you want gone or the thing you want boosted, then you can start being subtle about it. But so yeah, right now we're just gonna I gotta go back to the front. And a lot of times when it comes to composing and producing, you're gonna be repeating a lot of sections. So let's see here. Aha. Okay. So what I just did is make a looped region. What that does is when it reaches the end, it'll loop back to the beginning and start playing it again. And that's really useful because I don't need to scroll back to the left and click, you know, make my scroller, you know, go back here and then press play again and then, you know, do that over and over again. It gets annoying. You just want to focus on what you're doing. So yeah, anyway. So depending on how HD you're watching this or listening to this, you'll probably notice a little bit of a subtle difference in sound as I drag this across. And that's just me cutting out a whole bunch of frequencies and seeing which ones I want to get rid of. I like that. Still a little much with the highs, so I'm just gonna do the same thing. Say 1. Let's say 2. And on Twitter, thank you to at Mike Trampy or Mike Tramp or Mike Trump, I don't know, for liking my tweet. Thank you at Toby Harvey. Actually, I think he has a different handle. A lot of these are display names. Oh, at Cynical Toby for liking my tweet. Also, thank you to at Zach Clay. That's 3 A's in the Clay. Thank you to Zach Clay for liking my tweet. All right, so. I like that. Okay, so a lot of the times as well. So, for some of you might be wondering, why do you care if you can see what's happening? I mean, okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. But also, it's a sort of general rule of thumb that you want more lower frequencies than you want higher frequencies. It's just how the ear works. Your ear is better at picking up higher frequencies than they are lower frequencies. So I don't know if have you ever noticed, like, you go to a club and sure, you can feel the bass, you know, hitting your chest and just shake it, vibrating your entire body, but at the same time you can still pick up all the sort of high-pitched little sounds, you know, the music, the people going crazy. Oh yeah, okay, yes. Staying in that club analogy, don't you notice that even with all the bass going on, you can still hear people going, whoa? That's because your ears can pick up the higher frequency a little better. That's why they pump up the bass so dang much. So it's the same concept here. We're just not doing it as extreme. But yeah, so for any of y'all who are joining us for the first time, I am composing Grog's theme, and what I'm doing right now is I have some sound effects that I've added, and I'm just tweaking the equalizer a little bit to fit the mix. So yeah. And I'm just gonna. There we go. I'm actually gonna make this a little wider. Yeah. One more right. Okay, I don't need those lower frequencies, so I'm just gonna stay flat, or I can even like help curb this one. Okay, I like that. Let's see how it sounds in a mix. I'm gonna turn my volume down just. Okay, I like that. But it's still a little high pitched. I'm actually gonna up these down just a little bit more. Crisp up the sound just a little bit with this high end. Oh, with this high end. And then see how that sounds. Great, I like that. So I'm just gonna bump this up. This as a general sort of decrease in this as a general there we go. I like that. Okay, so again, for those of you just joining us, this sound effect is the visual is that a group, the herd of storms, or it's an army of giant gray humanoids with barbarian leather straps and axes and whatnot, have just done a shield wall and are banging on the shields, you know, trying to scare their enemies. And that's the sound effect. There's a little bit of ADR, additional dialogue recordings that I need to do. But we're just gonna move on because I'm using the mic for you guys. So yeah, we're just gonna do most of the MIDI stuff and maybe a little bit of mixing with what I got so far. So. Yeah, and again, this is just a placeholder. I want to increase the numbers in terms of how big the army is, the herd is. But yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna extend this a little bit. Just gonna do that. Oh. So one problem. So what I just so you'll notice some of these what we call these regions. Some of these are detached, and some of these are attached. Basically, what it is just so there are two symbols, at least in Logic Pro X, and this, when you sort of go to the top right corner, it'll have this sort of round arrow, and that's just, it means loop, and it basically just copies what you got from the beginning of that region. So from here, it'll repeat this section again, and the other one is just lengthening it but leaving it empty. So here's that empty space. Now it's gone. Now I have a problem here because I have this going on and I don't want that. So I got to, with this loop at least, I gotta copy, paste, don't copy that, and go in here and tweak it by removing these. There we go. me doing what I did. Now I made all the drums fade out, and that was because I didn't know I was gonna put the haka right there. So I gotta correct that. This one I also made have a little bit of a boom, some zhizh. Don't copy, and that's not what I want. Oh well, you know what? That was actually fine. So never mind there. I can in fact loop this, which is great. These two I want to loop as well. I think my laundry is done. I'll just let us cycle. Oh, right. So this one I gotta make it longer. And this is just the transition material. So I apologize if it's a little boring. I'll play what I got so far from the beginning again when we hit 1 p.m. here. So in about another 7 minutes we'll see what we got so far. Okay. Let's see. Because you know that bit's loud. This a bit can actually be a little earlier. That's pretty good. I actually don't want this part to fade out because you know the haka comes in obviously, and you know the percussion adds to the shield bashing sound effect. So just gonna get rid of these fades. Yeah, okay, got rid of that. I kind of like the bass to come out a little bit more there. Maybe I won't. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. I just need to bump up the Grog Foley. Let's see. I can copy and paste. Don't copy though. And we got to do a solo so they blend well. Now, yeah, so here's the thing about looping tracks. You can make sound effects loopable, but sometimes when they're in the mix, okay, when you play them on their own, sometimes they'll sound like they can be looped and crossover, and it'll sound smooth when one ends and the other one starts. But sometimes, because of what frequencies you have, you're going to put it in the mix and it'll just sound terrible. Like you can pick out exactly when the next loop starts. So it's a little bit of a guessing game. And you know, you just want to you just gotta experiment. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so you can hear right here is when the volume suddenly comes up a little. I don't want that, so I'm just gonna lower it. That's good. That's good. Right here, I want to increase the volume because I already got this at -22 decibels, and that's pretty soft. I don't want to go any softer just so I don't blend it too much into the texture. So what I'm going to do is just give it a little bit of transition so it leads up into this thickened texture. And once this comes in, it can come back down. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have this sort of fade in a little bit just to mitigate this increase in volume. Just have it generally decrease. Generally increase. And there's a little bit of fade out here, so I gotta compensate that. Let's see. Start slower over here. So compensate. It's all about compensation, man. That's good. That's good. That transition was fine. Now I need a... Ooh, just a little shy right here. The second one. I was hoping it would stay within the confines, but okay, that's fine. It just means I have to do the same thing. So I'm gonna copy this and paste this. Where'd I have it? 50. Ugh, I gotta count bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish bars into it. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Literally 55. Okay, great. Looks like I'm gonna overlap a little bit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make a new bar, and then copy this. Actually, copy this, and oh, you know what? I did a dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. What we're gonna do is just paste that and copy. Yeah, there we go. And hopefully what that'll do is mirror what the transition that I have over here. So let's see if that works. Great. So what I gotta do is do the same thing I did over here, but here. Now I already got increased what's it called, volume right around here, compared to the first time I have to do this transition. It was negative 15.7 decibels going up to 14, but here I've already got negative 12.6. So instead of bumping it up to match the decibels here, I'm actually going to bump it down, sort of a crossfade, slight crossfade effect. Beautiful. Okay, so there's a little bit of a gap here, so have that come down, do the same sort of crossfade, have that come up. I don't know what's happening over there. Okay, so let's check this again. Beautiful. I think so. Pretty much done with this part. So I think, oh, and it's 102. So I'm gonna play from the beginning real quick. I just want to sort of conceptualize this next part before I do that. So I've got the call and response Haka section going on right here, and I think I'm gonna build that up, build the Foley, the sound effect up until we reach the main sort of Haka chanting section, because that's when the shield bashing will actually stop and they're actually stomping out a rhythm. And I think that'll be pretty neat. Cool. I like that. That's me, by the way. Well, not the he. There are some of y'all critters have actually sent me your rage noises, so I've mixed your voices into the herd. So yeah, I like that. I think I'm gonna add, after I play this from the beginning, I think I'm gonna add some percussion accents just to make it less anemic. But for those of you joining us, just joining us, sorry. Here is a little thing that I call work in progress. Oh, you can hear me. Haha. So yeah, that's what I got so far. I like that transition. It's gonna be a little bit of what was I gonna say? I really cannot words right now. I've only had one cup of coffee. I normally have 5. So yeah. Oh, right. I know. I am going to add some percussion accents during the haka. And these will probably be placeholder just because I might tweak around with some of the timings in the haka, but you know, we'll work with what we got. So I think it'll be a little bit more boom in that though. That's too much. It's this one I want to increase. But also, I kind of want some lingering boom. So, what is this? Ah, that's that's what I want. Okay, so... Oh, I don't exactly want to copy and paste that, so I'm gonna do this. So I want that lingering boom, like distant thunder. I mean, it is the herd of storms after all. So... Oh, there we go. I like that. C1. Okay, so that's pretty good. So it's this that's... It's giving me a little bit of a weird sort of after... It's the reverb, but I'm calling it an aftertaste. It's like boom, and it's focusing on one note. I don't like that. Okay, it's not... So it's this one. I think I'm gonna decrease volume significantly right after this part, like that. Okay, not that significant, like that. Have these two go down. La la la. Okay, you know what? I'm getting rid of this one right here. There we go. I like that. I think I'm gonna have it decrease in volume around about here. That. There we go. I like that. So that's one accent down. So I think between right before each time the leader barks a command, I'm gonna do a drum accent. So it's in between the and the leader saying whatever it is he's saying. So this next line, I think I don't even remember my own lyrics. And let me know on Twitter or on chat if you want a translation. So let's. So right here is when I want the thing to happen. So I gotta do the same automation. And one thing I don't like about Logic is that you can't just copy and paste automations. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this and go like this. Oh, I can. Update. So I couldn't before, but now I can, so it's much easier. So if you have that capability, find out and use it. Alrighty? Alrighty. Okay, great. Actually, since the texture is a little thicker. And I'm gonna have this build up a little bit more. Okay. Let's keep it the same. Okay. Okay, right here is when I have the thing, and that starts at the two last. Fuck me. I have to copy and paste. Right there. The copy and paste. You know how ridiculous that is? In this day and age, you still have to manually copy and paste. It doesn't just read your mind and do it for you. Ah, for fuck's sake. Whatever. So, and if any of my viewers are Scottish, I do apologize for that accent. It's probably terrible to you. It's just so fun, and you can thank Dungeons and Dragons for that. Also, it doesn't help that I have a family friend who's Scottish, and I sort of, as a child, wanted to impress him, so I learnt the Scottish accent. Yeah. So, how are we doing this? Ah, okay. Starting from that note. There. That's good. That's perfect. Nice. I like that. Alright. Adding these. Oh, I don't. Oh, that's a little. That's a. I did it. I fucked up. Okay, so I want to hear. I am so dumb. Okay, so I did this part a little wrong. I was a little too late. I actually need it to happen right here. I has the dumb day. Again, only one cup of coffee. So right there is when I want it to happen. Right there. And I have to move this over there. And move. There we go. Great, perfect. Oh, well, I need to replace these. I don't know what gap I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not very good at numbers, so I'm gonna push this back. There we go. Nice. Okay, I like that. Debating whether I should add the bass drums. Just gonna do it anyway. See what happens. You don't want your percussion section, and thank you, Sean Fika, which you can follow on Twitch as well. It's twitch.tv/SeanFika. Fika spelled F-E-I-C-A. But yeah, thank you to Sean Fika for, you know, sort of giving me insight on how playing percussion works. I myself play violin and other string instruments, so I don't have much exposure to proper realistic percussion playing. But yeah, when you compose percussion, you don't want it to sort of sound like it's been copy and pasted the entire way. You want to add a little bit of a little bit of zhuzh there, a little bit of zing there, a little bit of a pow right here. SNL, hire me. No. But yeah, you don't want to make each iteration of a pattern the same, otherwise it's gonna sound like it's the same thing over and over again. EDM is different, but classical or cinematic, you gotta watch these things. So I'm just gonna copy that and see what happens for not. You know what? It's a little much. Might get rid of this one. In just a second, gotta reply to a text. Alright. Let's check this out. I still missed that little bit of it. Okay, so how about... So, a lot of times when stuff like this happens, you have to copy and paste, otherwise it'll sound too different. What you want to do is you make the first one, boom! Second one, dial it back a little. Or the other way around, depending on the genre or style of music you're doing. So I like this copy and paste-ness, but less. So I'm just gonna dial this way down, like that. This can also go down. There we go. Okay, actually a little much. Still a little much. So I'm gonna dial these back. Still more. I like that. I like it a lot. Great. Sweet. And then you just gotta repeat that between, oh, not between, but right before each line. Not really stanzas. Not really stanzas in Haka. So am I thinking? Oh, right. Okay. So it starts about here. Same-ish thing. Oh, right in the middle. Great. What am I doing? Pasting this. Copy. Now, what I want to do is make this smooth. And I think you can keep this the same volume. Okay. So I want to make this somewhat different than the second time as well. So instead of going ba ba ba, so 1 2 3, I'm gonna do 1 2, just to tweak it just a little bit, and it'll. I feel like that'll make it. Oh, which means I have to cut these. Right there. And also not these ones. Okay, great. And the thing about this, so if you're just joining us, this means it's looped. And what I did was do this. That just means it's looped. Now, what looping does is just copy your previous section. However, when you loop a track, the next iteration of your loop is uneditable, which is understandable because when you edit your first loop, it'll be mirrored on your second loop. So, in order to compensate for you adding or well, me adding this little in the middle of your loop, you gotta cut it. You gotta separate the daughter loop from the parent loop, and I did that with the scissors tool, which literally is what it sounds like. You can cut for the sake of this. Yeah, you can cut a region anywhere. So I need it right here, and so what I'm gonna do is just do that. And do this. Okay. That was very subtle, this. So I gotta. You can't really hear that much because it's really quiet on its own. Oh, I take that back. So Gotcha. Cool. All right. It's getting there. So I need to do the same thing with the European kit. Why I just did that, I have no idea. So I'm gonna do this. Give myself a marker. Oh, give myself a marker here. Right there. What the hell did I just do? Okay, it's in the right place. Okay. What I'm gonna do is just simple. There we go. I'm actually. This is actually a little much. Yeah, this one's a little much, so I'm gonna pull that down. Okay, so we want these to continue going on. I forget if I had more stuff. Nope, no, I did not. How many bars is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the correct number of bars. I don't know why this one has more bars. Oh, we just got verfucked. Verfucked. There. That's the extent of my Yiddish. It's not even a real word. Just fucking around. Okay. These ones can be looped, so I'm just gonna loop these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. I like doing things in 4-bar increments, or just a multiple of my time signature. So it's just easier to manage when you try to do an entire section all at once. It's so daunting, and you don't want to do it. And yeah, so because after a while, even if you enjoy composing, it'll turn into work. So you got to do everything you can to keep enjoying your work. I'm sure some of you critters who are artists can probably agree to some level. But yeah, so I got that going. This one I don't actually have looped, just because I don't want to deal with the bass drum, needing to mess around with the bass drum. These guys, I think I'm gonna copy and paste. Copy. And see where the thing lands. Actually, I'll have a little bit of something to tweak about this part. Just make it a little bit more urgent. Oh, yeah, okay. So if you're a producer or a composer and producer like me, and you're finding, especially if you're composing orchestral music, and you're finding that some of the timings aren't just working out, at least in my experience, it's okay to cheat a little and make the timings a little tighter at places or a little looser at places. It's to do with your samples, how they cut through the texture, how they sing, how they speak. So even though if you've got everything at the exact same, at the exact right location, the timings are impeccable, it's gonna sound like crap because it's way too robotic, 1, and 2, just some samples just take a little time to actually start showing. So yeah. I like that. The timing is actually fine. It's really the bassness. So I gotta give it some. Gotta give it some love. Oh, that was too long. go. No, I just need to bring this down a little bit. I'm gonna do this actually, so I can be getting nice and neat. Ooh, I have a little bit of a something going on. Ah. Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Mate. Get rid of that. Jesus. Okay. Now it should be correct. Yep, that's good. Okay. Okay, so I think around here is when I want the thing. The zhuzh. The words, the accent, the percussion accent to happen. So yay. Might actually make it happen over the bar. And I'm gonna have this doing what it did before. There you go. And I got to copy this. Oh. So I might have messed up, but it's sounding good. Thank you to on Twitter at DeathByMage for retweeting and liking. Go follow him. All right. Okay, so I'm actually gonna bump this up. Yeah, just to add a little bit of. I need another word. I need another word other than zhuzh. Some add some to it. Okay, that's good. I gotta move this part over there. Over here. Hey, there we go. And I gotta correct this. There we go. Okay. Started that way too late, but also I gotta up the this. Wait, what? 59. I did it at the wrong spot again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Okay, so these three gotta go. These three come here. Okay, that's sounding good. And then just have this, actually the original, have this going on. Excuse me. 59, right? 59. God, you guys are probably so mad right now. It's 59, Aiden. It's 59. But I want to do this Just make everything smooth because we like smooth. Okay. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's one more. Oh, two more. No, it's one more. Yeah, it's one more. So the loopable ones. Loop, 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 loop. Hopefully it covers it. Yeah, it sort of covers it. Oh wait, no, maybe. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. Oh, not this one. These ones gonna copy and paste. Great. Then this one, I'm gonna extend it, but via copy and paste. Okay. Huh. So I could do a little bit of a not quite as big as these ones. But I think, let me see. Let's play it from the I don't need that last one. Yeah. Even though they're placeholders, they worked out. Oh, that's way too messy for me to deal with. Okay. I need 3 of them. Maybe. Oh, only 2. Only 2 of them. I think that's the right spacing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yee. There. That should be right. There we go. Okay, so delete this automation. And up here, also delete that because we don't need that last percussive accent. That percussive. Oh God. When my girlfriend sees this, she's gonna get so mad. No, it's up here. Yeah. Cool. So, oh, it's only been an hour and a half, huh? So I'm gonna probably go for another 25, 30 minutes. But I always like to go back and listen to what I got. Just it gets me in the mood. Also helps me organize my thoughts. So once again, what I have so far of Grog's theme for Critical Role. like something is I need to tweak in terms of sound, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Also on Twitter, thanks to Hans Chun, aka at Hans C Tweets, and Ruth Vincent, aka at Lady Atara, for liking the announcement tweet for this stream. Okay, okie doke. What was I doing before? Oh, right, that's right. Oh, I also need to increase the length of this one here tremolo, because who doesn't love timpani percussion? I mean, yes, also who doesn't love percussion, but who doesn't? I was talking about timpani in particular. Oh my god, just overshot it. There we go. There we go. There you go. There you go. So. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and correct this right now. So. This is a little much. That's a little much. What was it before? Oh, 10. Okay, so let's do 13. That one can come up a little bit more. This one's a little much. So we can do. That one's also a little much, but better. So let's pull these back a little bit. 13. Why am I singing Christmas songs? Okay, still a little much. I think I can pull this back. Huh, how did I do that before? And then it'll work its way up to the main haka, the centerpiece, which I will not record right now because I'm using the mic for the stream. But let me just. Oh, there really is. Until I record, there really is not much I can do. I can prep that next section though, so I'm just gonna do another 4 bars of pure vanilla, nothing. No need for those. Oh well, not these ones, but no need for those percussive accents. Don't need the percussive. Another 4 bars. Ah, that's when one of the Foley's end. That's okay. I can manually add that in later. They still have like 3 more. So right before they get to the concept is right before they get to the what's it called, main haka. It's sort of like in Lord of the Rings when Theoden was making a speech. I think it's in Two Towers. No, in Return of the King, when Theoden makes a speech and he's like death, and his army is like death. It's sort of like that, but in Icelandic. So it's like You know, like sort of like that. Nightmare fuel, I know. I'm gonna do that 3 times, and then you'll hear the battle horn, which it's in the beginning. The battle horn is this one. Let me just. That's the battle horn. Designed that myself. Sort of proud of it. I really love that sound. So you're gonna hear that, and then they'll start doing a chant, which I won't spoil. Right now, at least. Keep y'all coming back. But yeah, so this part is gonna build up to that, and once they start the main haka, that's when I think I can reintroduce the original drum beat. So let me just. I'm gonna give it a bar, a little wiggle room in case I need it, but I think after that it's pretty much just it's the main beat now. Oh. It's just that, and they're gonna do the haka over it. And the haka is written in triple time, compound time really, and it'll sit sort of juxtaposed nicely with the 1, 2, 3, 4, the marching beat, and it's like so it's a very standard haka beat. Do I want to copy automation? Yes, I do. I do indeed. I do want to copy the automation. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm gonna do this and make everything smooth. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's just fun. You know? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I'm gonna delete all these just because I want everything nice and smooth. Smooth. Nice and smooth. Yeah. All right. So, I have this at 1. Okay, 0 is good. I have it in -2 right now. I can keep it there because I still have the haka to. I don't want the percussions to overshadow the haka. So give that a little wiggle room, and that is good. I just need to increase this. Wait. Ah. Mama. Just kill the man. Put a gun against his head. Why is this so long? There you go. Pull my trigger, now he's dead. Mama. I feel like I just got a notification. I can tell. I saw like the little tab like pop in, but I was looking like that way, so it only like registered too late. I don't know if I just got a new message anywhere. Maybe on Facebook. Facebook. No. Oh no. Yeah. I don't have it. No new notifications. Great. That's great. Okay, so, what was I doing again? Building up to the main haka. Okay, so I gotta do one last little melding, little blend right here to increase the length of the Foley sound effect for just a little bit. Really build up into the main beat. We won't really know until I start recording the haka. So yeah, let's just do this real quick, and hope for the best. Okay, copy it. Yes, 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 yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is just where I remember that I need to start the region. Yes, I do want to move the automation. Thank you very much. Aha, that's good. Right. That's good. I think I'm gonna add. I'm gonna make the drums build up as well. So let's see. Okay. I think this can be a 2/4 bar. Wait, where's my... Yeah, okay. 2/4 bar. I can punch these... Not punch. That's actually putting it. Move these ahead 2 bars. Check if the automation's still kosher. It is not. There we go. There you go. Cool. Great. And it goes nicely into my little build right here. So just so I just really need to increase this by 2 bars. Did I? Yeah, I looped those. So loop, 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 loop. This one can, these two can both just increase. And here, I only need half of you guys. There we go. And, oh, my arm hurts. Not having a heart attack. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, and then actually build the volume. So we're just gonna start off with that. And this is when it actually can be cut off a little, because they're actually gonna be stomping the rhythm. That's what you're gonna be doing. Stomp, clap, stomp, clap. Oh, and since we're nearing the end of this stream, here's the little contest that I'm trying to hold. I've reached out to the critter community and asked y'all for your best rage noises or rage shouts to be added to the herd. However, I'm looking for a couple of generals and captains for the herd itself. So, for those of you who can send me the best rage noises, I will make 4 of you herd captains or generals. And your voices will be featured a little bit more prominently, and you'll be able to pick it out a little bit more out of the texture. So, you know, spread the word. And send me your rage noises. And while we do that, while I let that sink in, we're just gonna listen to it one last time and then end the stream. I know it's a little shorter than my other episodes of Critical Tunes, but you know, 2 hours is good. So here we go. One last run through of what we got. Grog's theme, Critical Role. Nice. All right. And I think that's a good ending to the stream. So, till next time. So subscribe to me on YouTube. It's youtube.com/c/AidenChanMusic. And follow me on Twitter at AidenChan, AIDENCH8N. So, see you next time.